Great win. Played really, really hard. Effort was terrific. And to play that many guys and to not let up, you can play that style of play when you have that type of depth. This building is special, as I've said many times, but if you're playing that hard with these fans, I'd be surprised if we're losing 3 games like we did last year in here, because that fan base is so good and they fuel our guys. As long as we play as hard as we did. We passed the ball great. 20 assists was terrific. And then we defended and we rebounded. That's what we talked about over and over again. And I know what Mash said. He said that I wouldn't play 3 guards and think that we could guard and rebound, and he did that. I figured it out. Questions?
He said you'd say nice things and that you guys defended.
Yeah.
So let me ask about the defense, though, because that is sort of the story of this one. I know everyone knew you guys could score the ball, but you guys held them to under 30% shooting. 2 really high-scoring guards that they had combined for 6 of 29. What'd you guys do defensively that worked tonight?
Played hard. We're active. Press was really, really good. I think it. People asked me over and over again, well, how is your defense going to improve? Depth certainly helps. Playing hard and just emptying the tank really, really helps. And just that activity, being able to block shots. Guards did a really good job of rebounding the ball. JT he's impressive. To come in there and get 9 rebounds was great. So I just thought it was effort. I don't think it was any type of scheme. I just thought they played really, really hard, and I think they understand and that's where experience really helps. In order for us to do what we want, we got to defend and rebound.
The press looks amazing, though. I mean, I realize that's your dad's table, but it's looking very, very good. Do you agree with that?
You giving him credit for the press? Yeah, I mean, we've done it before. I just haven't had the depth. I was concerned about tiring guys out, where now I'm not as concerned. So as I said on the radio, this building coupled with guys playing really, really hard, that could be a nightmare for opponents. We were flying around, and I still think we can get in better shape. So as I kind of talked about before, like the program hopefully will continue to grow, and the recruiting certainly helps. The options absolutely help because there's no excuse to not go all out with this roster. Knock on wood, we stay healthy.
Donovan did knocking down a couple 3-pointers. I know that's sort of what a lot of defenses are going to be looking at this year. How good was that to see him not only hit the 2 shots, but he didn't really hesitate to shoot them? Yeah,
right in front of our bench. I love the passing. We had a stretch there in the second half where we were moving the ball, finding guys. But that's where experience comes in. Donovan, I think he was shell-shocked when people guarded him the way they did last year, especially when House went out. Well, now just shoot it with confidence. Work on your craft every single day. And he's put in the work, and he was ready for that. So he's got the green light for me as long as he continues to work and play like he's playing.
Coach, talking about that depth in the ball movement and everything, you said coming in that you were still kind of figuring out the rotations and everything. Just what did you learn tonight about the way that the ball did move around and guys were really getting each other involved?
Well, if you look at Jalen House and Isaac Mushila, both exhausted because they have not practiced in about 5 weeks. So, how much in shape we'll really get in the next 2 days as we prepare for St. Mary's, probably not realistic. But at the end of the day, they're going to have to get their wind back, their rhythm back, all those things, because both of those guys were clearly tired. But again, like I've said over and over again, this team's going to have to sacrifice. I wish I could play everybody. It's not going to be the case. It's going to be a game-by-game situation. Fouls, who's got a hot hand, who's playing well. All those things are a great problem to have, but it's not going to be like last year where guys are going to be playing 38 minutes a game because we do have some really good options.
As far as Jalen goes, were you as coaches restricting his time, or was that something he was left to his discretion?
He was tired. He was cramping up. He was exhausted.
Your 4 guards, if you count Jamal Baker coming off the bench, combined for 15 assists. I know you've already mentioned the ball movement and stuff like that, but the depth you were talking about at the guard position seems to be the best.
Yeah, and we still haven't. We're not in a great rhythm with our low post game yet. where we're kind of playing off of that. We had a couple of back cuts off of the post, which was good, but we've got decision makers at all 5 positions, and that's the key to ball movement, is trusting that if you reverse it, somebody may have an open shot, or if somebody's overplaying, you can back cut. Spacing's been great. We worked almost all summer and fall on really no ball screens, all just ball movement, hitting the, we call them the zoom, the 5-man, and cutting off of that. I think that's really helped as well, where last year it was a low number of assists, where hopefully this year we're way more balanced.
I know you don't really classify yourself as a mid-major, and I'm sure St. Mary's doesn't either, but people are looking forward to that game on Thursday as a potential, just a huge game this early in the season.
Yeah, it's a game we scheduled because we struggled to find, although we have some really good opponents, I don't know any of them are going to be quad ones, except for St. Mary's, I would assume would be. Santa Clara certainly has potential. They've been consistently really, really good. But we just couldn't find anything. And although I didn't want to go back there after just doing it, nobody's built a more consistent program. So it is a terrific opportunity to see if we can go steal one on the road. But we also know that's one of Coach Bennett's best teams. So I wanted to challenge our guys. Hopefully it's a good experience. And I talked to Coach Bennett about maybe returning something here, starting something here, because I think they're 2 really good programs on the West Coast.
Anything else for Coach?
Did you see that before the game, one of the Fox guys predicted that you were going to the Final Four?
I did. I would suggest that he not drink and tweet at the same time. I can get people in trouble. I saw it. It's. I don't know if a team that didn't make the NCAA tournament the year before has ever been picked to go to a Final Four. It's a compliment. I appreciate it. We got a long, long way to go with all that, but I love the enthusiasm. I love the national recognition that we have, that we're getting. That's great for everybody. So, John Fanta, whenever I see him, I'm gonna give him a psychiatric evaluation. But I do appreciate when people say kind things about our program.
No, we ain't do nothing different. I think the first exhibitions, those were our first time playing together and really just getting a feel for each other. And, I think this game was a good testament to show that what we can do together when we're all locked in together on the defensive end, and rebounded too. We rebounded really good today. So if we can keep up in those categories, we'll be right where we want to be.
How do you feel with Jalen having missed pretty much all of October? I know he's a vet, but he missed like 3+ weeks of practice. How do you think he was out there tonight?
He was a little tired. He was a little tired, just trying to get his rhythm back and stuff. But that'll come back in a game or two, just of him getting his wind back and stuff. Obviously not playing and having to play a high-level Division I basketball game is hard. So he's gonna get his rhythm back by the time in the next 2 or 3 games. I'm not worried about him at all.
Mash, we can talk all day about the offense, but the defense really looked effective tonight. It seemed different than it did last year. Can you just talk about the effort you guys gave?
For sure. We're definitely, obviously we added guys and pieces that suit that defensive role. But all of us older guys are taking the initiative to really just guard our man and really just be effective on the ball, helping each other out, talking to each other, communicating. And that's the growth that we want to get in that area, the defensive area. So we're going to continue doing it. So.
Mash, do you like the way the press looks and the way it's been really effective so far?
Oh yeah, we got quick guards. We can speed dudes up and get turnovers and get out and have fun on the break. So we love it. We just implemented it literally today. So it's something that we can still work through and work on in practice. And once it gets better, I think it'll be lethal for us. So yeah.
True had a couple of moments where it looked like he was frustrated because he didn't get a call or a certain way. Is that one of these moments where you can pull a freshman aside and tell him that's just Division I basketball? Definitely.
When I was a freshman, I had moments where I was just mad at everything and just upset at everything. And now I'm sitting up here a senior, letting him know what to expect and how to really go about things with the right mindset. But he'll be just fine. He's a great player. Stuff like that happens. Bad calls, don't go our way. But he's got to stay level-headed, and he will. So I'm not worried about him either.
Only one game tonight, but even going back to the beginning of last year, it seemed like you guys clicked pretty early on, and the chemistry seems like it's there. Talk about your role in that, and and trying to make sure that that's all there early on in the season.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a captain of the squad, so everybody's looking at me to just be that voice and be that solid, the person that they can talk to and stuff like that. But our chemistry is elite. I mean, we do a lot of stuff together. I mean, I know it's cliche to say, but I mean, we really do love each other and hang out with each other and enjoy spending time with the person that we are with. So it's like, and when it translates on the court, I mean, that's just the beauty of it, and it's going to continue to keep getting better as these games continue going on. So I'm excited.
Another one about chemistry and the guy getting up to speed a little bit, Benelli, tonight. 2 weeks. He hasn't been there 2 weeks till tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious what you thought about him. Is he coming along the way you thought?
He's coming along. I mean, he's coming along faster than I thought. I can't imagine coming back overseas over here to this altitude and having to adjust. And, he's been, dealing with class and stuff, having to get reacclimated in school. So he's got a lot on his plate, but he's handling it like a pro and like someone who as he is a pro. So, he's going to be great, and he's going to continue to get his rhythm back, and he's going to continue to get his win back and stuff like that. But he's terrific, man. Terrific for us.
As far as ranked teams and high-profile teams, anyway, there's only one on the non-conference schedule, and that's Thursday night.
Yep.
You played them there last year. What do you guys got to do to? I mean, you guys aren't sneaking up on them this year.
Nope.
So what do you guys got to do to make sure you're ready for Thursday?
That's a physical team, man, and a really well-organized team. I mean, they're picked to win their league over a team like Gonzaga. So we got to match their physicality like we did last year, and maybe even more, just because they got their guys back, they're well oiled and stuff like that. But if we're able to match their physicality, I think we'll be just fine and be right where we want to be. But they're a good team, well coached, so we're excited for that matchup.
Earlier tonight, right before the game, one of the Fox Sports guys picked his Final Four. He had you guys in there. I'm just curious, how do you block out the social media, or were you guys even aware of that?
I wasn't aware of that, but I mean that's pretty cool. But I mean we got to go out there and do it. I mean we don't really try to focus on where people pick us and stuff like that, because in the past we have gotten caught up in that, and it messed us up down the road in the season. So we just got to stay locked in and keep just putting one foot in front of the other and keep getting better and keep just working and keep building our chemistry and keep focusing on that defensive end. And if we can continue to focus on that end, man, we'll be light years ahead of everybody.
Anything else?
Yeah, actually, real quick, two second-year guys. One in Donovan hitting 2 3-pointers, and then the other in Braden hitting 3 3-pointers.
Yeah.
Braden getting going is one thing, and Donovan hitting from the outside is a big kind of piece of his game that needs to develop. What about those two guys hitting multiple threes for you guys?
Man, I've seen them do it. I mean, I've seen them do it. It's all about them just having the continuous confidence and in that shot. I mean, Braden, he's a knockdown shooter. He come in and give you 10 points like that any given night. And Donovan, he continues to work and build his confidence in his three ball. And, when teams go under, excuse me, he can't, he gonna make them pay because he works at it. And he's gonna be a big piece for us as far as shooting the basketball. And y'all will definitely see an improvement in that area for him.
Your coach is about to walk in here. What's he about to tell us? Can you guess?
I honestly think he's going to say some good things. I mean, we defended pretty well. We rebounded. I mean, I'm curious to see what he says after this, too. So we're going to see. We're going to see.